In a now viral video, Russell Westbrook stood off to the side, away from his Lakers teammates in their pregame huddle before that loss to the Timberwolves. Mid-game, he waved off a defensive huddle from Patrick Beverley. Speaking to reporters Thursday, Westbrook explained he's been, quote, doing the same ritual before games for as long as he's been in the NBA. And now, guys, a little bit of breaking news. According to Woj, just this morning, Westbrook will come off the bench tonight. Shannon, on a scale of 1 to 10, how big of a problem is this for your Lakers?
Skip, you know what, man, I ain't got no scales. I can't measure anymore. I think I speak for a lot of Laker Nation fans. They ready to be done with Russ. Russ doesn't want to be a Laker, and the Lakers doesn't want him. They don't want him. And the thing is, I think Laker Nation, talking about coming off the bench, when is he going to be able to come off his couch? They're done with Russ. I think Russ is done with them also. Yep. I get it. Okay, that's your routine. You don't want to celebrate. Okay, I get all that. But when we see this, I've never seen somebody wave off a huddle. We're trying to, and Skip, and sometimes, hey, guys, hey, we got to buckle down here. Hey, that was a good play. Hey, let's buckle, let's settle in. Hey, let's run our offense or let's get back on defense. Sometimes that's all the huddle is about, Skip. It's not like an NFL huddle, Skip, where we calling over plays. Sometimes you just call the huddle, okay, that was a good play. Hey, let's just make sure we get back on defense. Hey, let's go through run our offense. Let's settle down here. And this man, I'm just so, like I said, Skip, I ain't got no scales. I don't know, what I just know that him, just like when he gets the ball, I get anxious. I want to turn the TV because I know something is good is not about to happen. It's just frustrating. And they made a mistake. The Lakers made a mistake. Russ made a mistake in wanting to come to the Lakers. But this is not going to work. This is not going to work. As long as he's on this team, the Lakers are not going to win a championship or really compete for a championship. So I'm just over the hope. I'm over this situation. Hopefully they can get some value out of him running the second unit. I hope that's the case. But it would be so much better if, they were just able to part ways.
Okay, I'm going to start with the first piece of video, the little huddle out on the floor,
right,
initiated by Patrick Beverley.
Right.
Come here. Let's talk this over. Russ says, I was talking to the coaches about a blown coverage, and then he does sort of come over sideways to it. He at least honors it a little bit.
Yeah, but he's standing on the free throw line. What coach is he talking to?
But, I mean, he came in a little bit. But the point was, Patrick Beverley is taking over for Russ, and he's not going to like it because he doesn't like Patrick Beverley to begin with.
Right.
He's usurping his quarterback power, right? His point guard power.
Right.
Patrick is out there initiating as the new leader of the Lakers.
Right.
Well, LeBron participated, AD participated.
Right.
But Russ is like, no, I'm the one who's supposed to be doing that.
But Skip, if you go back and look at this video, he doesn't start to come over till AD starts to walk to him and he's talking to him. Go back and look at the video. Yeah. AD starts to walk toward him and talk.
Okay, but at least he made a little bit of a move toward it. Just
Watch this,
a little bit.
Look at AD. AD's looking. Look at AD. Look at AD. Watch AD. See? Now all of a sudden.
Well, he sort of made a little move. He sort of gave a little.
Yeah, I'm going to come one step over. Y'all come the rest of the way.
Okay, but the other piece of video is wrong, and wronger. He says, I've been doing the same ritual my whole career. Well, you're no longer in Kansas, Dorothy, right? You're not in Oklahoma City anymore. You're not in Houston. You're not in Washington. You're playing for the Los Angeles Lakers. You can't do that while the whole team in their warm-ups is huddling under the basket, which is their ritual. Right. Well, that has to be your ritual.
Exactly.
He doesn't want to be part of the team anymore.
It's as simple as that.
He has ostracized himself. Right. They don't ostracize him. He says, no, I'm out. It's rebellion on his part. I am a solo act literally now where I'm soloing over here on the bench by myself. My warm-ups are off and I'm doing my powder toss.
I've been doing what, Skip? I had a routine. But when I went to Baltimore, Ray called it up, and we know any dogs in the house, I'm about to pass out. So I wasn't doing any more celebrating, but I was in the huddle.
Okay.
Because that was the thing. That was the team thing. It was no more about me and what I was doing. Yeah, I had a routine when I was in Denver. Had done it for a decade. But I went to Baltimore. Now, okay, this the team thing? Okay, Shannon, hey, you in a new place. Hey, show that you're a part of that you brought in hook, line, and sinker. It's always about him. And if you notice, everybody that speaks in glowing terms about Russell Westbrook that currently plays or formerly played, How many championships they won? You've never heard one player won a championship come to that man's defense.
Bradley Beal is his biggest advocate. Right?
Anybody?
You know, I know, that's true. I agree. You got
that doesn't win. His style does not win you a championship. And all these numbers are good. I'm not going to sit here and say numbers are bad. Hell, I wanted to get numbers, but I wanted to win also. And I was willing to sacrifice numbers in order to win. Yeah, I could have played, hey, Mike, hey, y'all need to just feed me the ball. I need to get me about at least 8-7 targets a game. No, okay, let me win. And sometimes that might call for me to get 10 targets. Sometimes it calls for me to get 3 or 4.
Yep.
But as long as we win, I'm cool with that. Man care about them stats. That man don't care about no winning.
So back to the report. Darvin Ham, it appears to me, through the first, what have they played? 4 preseason games?
5.
They played 5?
This will be the 6th tonight.
Okay, 5. So through the first 5 games, Darvin Ham tried to pay homage here to Russ. He tried to play to his ego. He tried to finesse this situation by starting him and playing him high minutes with the starters and some with the backups. But when the starters were in, Russ was in.
Correct.
And I think Darvin began to see what we saw a long time ago. It just doesn't work.
It ain't gonna work.
It doesn't fit. So now we get to the final preseason game, and the report hits the fan that, wait a second, he's coming off the bench trying to, quote-unquote, quarterback the second unit.
He's going to be on swole. Hey, he ain't going to be happy about that
one. He can't quarterback anything. He is the opposite of a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Because he's got the worst hands I've ever seen in a point guard, and he's up to his old tricks, as we showed the other day with our video. And I thought they made sweet little pickups. Patrick Beverley, Schroeder, they already had Austin Reeves, and he's proven himself as a keeper and somebody you can trust under fire. LeBron loves to play with him. So you have all 3 of those guys to take Russ's minutes. You don't need Russ. He only gums up the works here. He's the fly in the ointment here because the ointment's pretty good.
Right.
But when LeBron is playing on the floor with Russ, he might as well be playing pickleball because he's in a pickle. Am I right?
Yeah.
It's pickleball for LeBron when he's playing with Russ because you can just see his body language like, I don't know what to do with him.
Right.
Where does he do? What does he do?
Skip, it doesn't fit. You know what? We see these families. I was on the internet and I saw these families had like 4 dogs and a pig. Like, what kind of zoo you got there? I mean, you got, okay, I see dogs and cats, but they got a little pig running around, and that's Russ. Russ, he doesn't fit. At some point in time, Skip, you got to come to the realization, you know what, baby, I know we've been together for years, but baby, you not happy, I'm not happy. We're not working anymore.
Yep.
You know, I think it's best that we go our separate ways. We can remain to be friends. You know, hey, we released a statement. Skip, it's not working. Nobody thinks it's working. And I'm not blaming Russ. It just didn't work. We tried the marriage. I thought marriage was for us, baby. I thought I was ready for it.
Yep.
You thought you was ready for it. And maybe I am with someone else. Maybe you are with someone else.
Yep.
But together, we're not it.
Which is why I advocated through the whole offseason, just pay him and send him home, Jeannie. And she won't do it because she knows her father wouldn't have done it because they're not going to swallow their pride and swallow $47 million.
No.
So Jeannie says, mandate, Darvin Ham, I hire you. You must fix him.
Right.
Darvin Ham's like, he's unfixable.
Right.
Maybe I can sort of, I'll stash him on the second unit.
Skip, we've seen that with NFL owners. Okay, you got a quarterback that we drafted very high.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, you got to work with him. Oh, I can fix him. Oh, wait, no, I can fix him. And then when you get there, he unfixable.
He's unfixable. So now the $47 million is mostly going to sit on the bench. And mark my words on this, Russ's minutes will diminish as the season wears on. They'll go lower and lower. And to your point, he's going to make some waves because he's not going to literally sit still down in the middle or end of the bench in uniform, not in street clothes, in uniform and not be on the floor.
Man, an MVP, all-star player, all-NBA player, NBA top 75 player, playing 15, 20 minutes a night, he ain't going to be happy with
He's
that.
obviously a slam dunk first ballot Hall of Famer only because 4 out of 5 years he averaged a triple-double when we didn't think anybody could average one for 1 year.
Yeah, exactly.
He did it 4 out of 5.
Right.
And that's who he thinks he is when he looks in the mirror. He comes to L.A., he has his dream job, which became his nightmare, and Gotham Chopra drops a documentary on him the first week he's here, The Life and Times of Russell Westbrook. And he's really Russell Westbrook. That's
Right.
who he is in the end. And he got exposed on the biggest stage he's ever played in. And all of a sudden, he's going to have to accept his new lot in life down the bench. And it's going to get fascinating to watch what fits he throws with the media after games.
The hardest part, Skip, for an athlete is accepting his own mortality.
Yep. And he's only 32.
But to accept
Yeah.
that your skills are diminishing.
Yeah.
You're the last to see him go.
Whew.
All you see is that buff guy when you walk across the real
I know,
like,
that's
yeah,
what
that's you're not him anymore.
Whew.
It's,
The
see,
Lakers
you like
have
this.
a
You like
rematch
this
with
drama.
the Sacramento Kings tonight, guys.
Can't wait to watch tonight.
They started the preseason off against Sac. We'll see how it turns out this evening. All right, Skip.